Hello everybody, welcome back to our shop. We're happy to be back on YouTube and I hope that you are enjoying all of our new content. About a year ago, we introduced you all to our Revolution eQUAD, a four-wheeled full suspension machine outfitted with a 1,000-watt hub motor that is sure to draw some interesting looks while you're out on the road. Dun, 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 dun. In today's video, we're highlighting a quad for Peter. This eQUAD is built on an extra large frame, so it's a little bit longer and wider than a standard eQUAD. Being an XL frame, it can hold up to 500 pounds as opposed to the standard frame, which will hold up to 400 pounds. These frames are made out of our own 6061 T6 aluminum custom extrusion and are fabricated right here at our shop in Springville. In the last year, we've shipped dozens of these all over the country, and each one has been completely unique. When we initially created the eQUAD, each frame had to be customized based on the gearing combination that the rider chose. Now, every frame we make can be used with a variety of different gearing options, which makes upgrading your gearing in the future a possibility. Once your frame is welded, it's ready for powder coat. Peter wanted something a little bit custom, so he browsed around on prismatic powders and picked a color that we were able to order in for his eQUAD. The stock color options include crinkle black as the primary color with either army green or fluorescent orange as the secondary color. When you're ordering your eQUAD, be sure to let your salesperson know which color you want as the primary and which color you want as the secondary so we can get that right for you. We offer a lot of custom colors here at Utah Trikes. You can see all of those by going to the Custom Shop tab on our website. Take a few minutes to browse around. I'm sure you will find something that you love. After paint, our inventory crew pulls the smaller components and sends those down the elevator to our mechanics, who are going to begin assembly on your eQUAD.
Today, we're going to be giving you guys a rundown on the eQUAD and knock department of Utah Trikes. I'm Gavin, team lead of the department. Here we have frames painted and welded in shop. After the painting process, they come over to this department. They're then prepped for a build, drill and tap all the holes, allotted to a mechanic. Parts are ordered. After the mechanic gets their build and rig, they usually set up wiring first. Here's an example of a more complicated wiring process for integrated lighting and a horn and other accessories. After that, we go to the powertrain and / rear end. In this station, the rear end's assembled. We have the motor connected to the axle. After it's assembled, we add the wheels and we test it for about 10 miles. Assuming it passes the test, the mechanic takes it back to their build and continues assembly. Over here we already have a mostly assembled eQUAD. After the rear end's attached, the rest of the front drive chain begins assembly and the suspension and steering is assembled. After the steering, suspension, and handlebars, we have the controls for the motor and the shifting for the cassette. After all those are added, the seat and the rack are final touches, wheels are put on, and then it's test ridden and goes to QA.
Once the build is finished and has been looked over by our quality assurance managers, we take pictures of it so that you can look everything over, then we send it to Cutler to get boxed up. This build is a special one. It's going to our friend Peter from Forgotten Not Gone, an organization committed to stomping out veteran suicide. Peter sent us some really incredible helmets that you can purchase through our website. All of the proceeds will go directly to Forgotten Not Gone. Last year, when we introduced the eQUAD, the standard options were a 1,000-watt hub motor with a solid rear axle or a differential. We have completely done away with the hub motor, and the stock option now is the 1,000-watt mid drive, still with your choice of a solid axle or the posi traction differential. You can also choose between the stock 10-speed setup or upgrade to a 14-speed roll-off. Peter decided to go with the roll-off hub for his eQUAD. You're probably wondering, which axle configuration should I go with? Well, if you're riding primarily on the pavement, the differential is going to help the tread on your tires last a little bit longer. If you are exclusively riding off-road, we do recommend going with the solid axle for increased traction. Another recommendation, if you are primarily riding on the pavement, go with the Ken to Flame tires rather than the knobby tires. When it comes to gearing, the 10-speed setup has a 306% gear range and is going to be sufficient for most of our riders. If you are climbing a lot of hills or hoping to hit higher speeds, the roll-off with its 504% gear range boasts lower low gears and higher high gears than the 10-speed. The roll-off requires hardly any maintenance. It allows you to ditch the derailleur, and you can shift while stopped or coasting. We designed the eQUAD to cater to riders of all sizes. The upright seat, which is a stock feature, can be moved back and forth by pulling a small lever under the right side of the seat. If you opt for the recumbent seat, you lose the ability to slide the seat forward and backward as it is mounted differently. You can still change the seat position, but there's only about an inch difference. The big advantage of the recumbent seat, however, is that it's recumbent, so you can lean it back or move it more upright depending on your preference. To adjust for leg length, we've designed a custom piece the crankset mounts to that will allow you about 7 inches of adjustability. Just loosen the 4 Allen bolts and slide the crank to where you need it to be. In addition to choosing the XL upgrade for his eQUAD, Peter also added a custom cargo rack. These racks are also welded and powder coated in-house. We designed them specifically for the eQUAD, but the same rack can be installed on the Not a Wheelchair rig that we manufacture in our shop as well. Quick word about the rig, which I'm sure you've seen online. The rig is essentially an electric-only simplified version of the eQUAD. It's the same frame, but doesn't have gearing or the pedal drivetrain. It's throttle only. The rig does use a hub motor and solid axle, and does have one feature that our eQUAD does not. reverse. Our customers have enjoyed using the eQUAD as exercise and as alternative transportation. After all, it is an all-terrain, eco-friendly, pedal electric hybrid that can carry more weight than any trike on the market. It's an absolute blast to ride in the snow, gravel trails, down stretches of sandy beach, or cruising to and from the grocery store. The applications are endless, and we're excited to see what you'll use your eQUAD for. I hope you've enjoyed this video and seeing the production of our eQUADs. If you've got any questions about the build, please leave us a comment, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our latest content. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in the next video. That was me playing the guitar like that. It's aluminum custom technical things. See how I did that? Sorry. Can't go wrong with the German engineering. Cannot go wrong. But why wouldn't you want to go off-road? To adjust for leg length, Legolas. Lord of the Rings. I'm a nerd if you haven't figured that out by now. Because they're cool, and we make cool stuff. Just back it up, you know, back it up. Can't do that if you got an eQUAD. Why do I keep doing this with my hands? Why do I keep doing this with my hands? Bet you didn't see that coming, how quick. I'm nimble, quick and nimble. And I go crazy when I hear a cymbal or a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll. It's time to go solo, rolling in my 5.0. Anyway, okay.